Welcome to Jazzy's Flying, and today I give you an update how to install the new version macOS Big Sur 11.2 on unsupported Macs. If you need some more background and detailed information about what's going on, just click the link to my original video and the tutorial how to install Big Sur 11.0. It's a little bit longer and explains a little bit more in depth. So here, go down to the video description and start downloading the new version macOS Big Sur 11.2.1. It's a big zip file from my Google repository, and then we can start.
And when you have downloaded it, you just put it down into your programs folder. So it show up as macOS, install macOS Big Sur under your programs. In the meantime, we can start downloading the micropatcher. So Barry, and I give you the link to his repository on GitHub down in the description, he has programmed a micropatcher that just patches the Big Sur installer to just do that. So we need to download this as well, and you have to just click on the green button here where it says code, download zip, and it starts downloading the zip file. After that, you go to your download folder, just click on the zip file and it will decompress it into a regular folder where we can work with. We can just prepare a USB stick that we need for installing. It has to have at least 16 gigabytes, and I just will put it into my USB port here on the device, and it shows up here in the top corner. But now we have to format that stick, and then we have to create a bootable installer. How are we going to do that? You just go to the Launchpad, Other, and you just start the hard disk tool, and down here you just see external drives, and that is the USB flash drive media. And so we just click on it and say delete, and we just call it USB. That makes it easier for the terminal commands afterwards. We have to format it as macOS Extended journaled with a GUID partition table. Delete. Then it starts formatting the USB drive, and it's done. And now it shows here in the corner as USB, and it's an empty USB drive with 16 gigabytes. And when you have downloaded the installer file and put it under the programs, we can just continue with the terminal. So we start the terminal, and if you just don't have it down here, it's in the same folder where the hard disk drive is. It says here terminal, and it shows up like this. It's just a command terminal, and we now have to do a bootable installer. How to do that? There's an easy description, and if you're on the website from Barry and just scroll down, there is like the instructions for use, and under point 5 it says we have to use the create install media command from Apple, and if you just click on that, it opens up the Apple website from the Apple support. You just scroll down until you find the section Big Sur, and you just take all this, highlight it, copy, and you go back into your terminal, paste it. There it is. One more step, this my volume at the end, you just delete that and change it to USB. That's the name you gave the USB in media as we formatted it a few steps before. So I will just enter my password, hit enter, and it says ready to start. And now it takes a time, it's not that much, where you see it's erasing the USB stick. And depending if you're using USB 2.0 or 3.0, that takes a while, so just give it about 15-20 minutes until it says 100%. So we have to go to the second step, and you see it on Barry's instructions. We now have to run the micropatcher. the script. And the micropatcher script is called micropatcher.sh, and it's inside that folder that you downloaded and extracted from his repository. So we go into the terminal again. As you downloaded it, it's most probably in the download folder, so you just change into that folder by typing cd downloads, change directory, and type another ls. So you see the contents of the download folder. And there you see Big Sur micropatcher main.zip, that's the file you downloaded, and Big Sur micropatcher main, that's the folder where you extracted all that stuff. So we just type cd for change directory, Big Sur micropatcher -main, enter, and now we're inside that folder. So you do another ls and you see the contents, and there you see the script micropatcher.sh. And to run that script, and be sure to have the USB drive still inserted and still showing up in the top right corner, you just type /micropatcher.sh, hit enter. On Gary's page, if I just move this a little bit to the side, it just says under point 7 that another program needs to be patched on the USB stick, and we have to run install setvars.sh. Same procedure, /install setvars.sh, enter. And that's the same like the create install media, it needs root access. So you have to type in your password where you log in onto your Mac again. Just do this. And now, okay, it has detected the USB stick. It has detected, as you can see here, that the model is a Mac Pro 5.1. That's the 2012 Mac Pro unsupported. And now that stick should be prepared to install Big Sur on my Mac. And for that, I have to restart my Mac. So let me just switch the camera.
So if you own a Mac Pro model from 2010 to 2012, the big aluminum one that I have here, you most probably have upgraded it to a metal capable graphics card. Apple on its homepage shows a list of compatible, officially compatible graphic cards that you can put into this Mac to have it metal enabled and to officially support it until macOS Mojave. So this is the fastest you can get. It's the RX 580, the Radeon RX 580, but it's a regular PC graphic card, so it doesn't have a Mac BIOS on it. So the downside of that is that you don't see the boot screen, you don't see the Apple logo and the bar when there's like an upgrade, and you don't see the boot selector that we need for the USB stick right now to select first the EFI boot and then the Big Sur installation. In order to see that, you have to switch back to an original Mac graphics card. That is one of the two cards that were installed when I bought it. It's an HD 5770, and that's an original Mac card. So I will just put this into the Mac in order to see the boot selector, and when the installation is done, I just switch back to the Sapphire Radeon RX 580 to have metal support, and it's way faster than this one. Alright, here we are, we have the boot selector up and running, and as the instruction said, we start with the EFI boot part. So if you just switch to EFI boot and hit return, you see it switches instantly off. So the NVRAM is now programmed. I start up again, hold the option key again. Alright, here we are again. Install macOS Big Sur selected. I hit enter, and then the instruction already warned us it could take a long time until this setup comes up. Because yeah, it's not supported, and we just have to have a little bit of patience. Alright, as we don't have the Wi-Fi driver yet, so you see this one here is grayed out, and if you click on it and they say network, you just see the Ethernet connection and the Bluetooth, there's no Wi-Fi driver, we have to go to the terminal one more time, and it's the same. We go to the launchpad and we go to other, and then and here you see it's so slow and sluggish because this old graphic card doesn't support metal. We go to the terminal and we have to install the driver in the terminal, and I just increase the size a little bit so you can read it, and make sure you have plugged in your USB stick again. So it says install macOS Big Sur here in the top right corner, and you say volumes install, but then there is a space in the naming, and so you need a backslash and then a space, otherwise it won't recognize it. macOS, and then you need another backspace and a space, big backspace space Sur, and then you make another slash and you go to patch kexts.sh. So we hit return, and now it needs the password again. Beginning patched kext installation, and it's using the Mojave hybrid Wi-Fi patch. That should enable Big Sur to use the old Wi-Fi card, because I haven't changed any Wi-Fi card in this Mac. There we are, and it says installed patch kext successfully. That was it. So if we now do a reboot, it should find the Wi-Fi card and we should be able to connect to the internet.